everybody.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
I am Janae Strother.
I'm Sean Spencer.
Back.
We are back.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen.
I gotta go out and hold up.
Come on. The lion. The lion. You need to find me. Kirk Cousins.
All right. I am Janae Strother.
I am Sean Spencer.
And this is Let's Talk Football.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is your boy, Sean Spencer, one half of that dynamic duo that is Let's Talk Football. And ladies and gentlemen, happy Sunday to you. Hallelujah. I hope you had an amazing Thanksgiving. I hope it is doing right by you and you are thankful for whatever you can be thankful for. And I am thankful for the gentleman I am here with. Again, this is Let's Talk GameDay preview. Let's talk Sunday. Let's talk whatever. And I'm here with the next big thing, the junior reporter that's taking over the game, Mr. AR12, Mr. Dylan Walsh. What up, Dylan?
Hello.
How you doing? How you doing?
Great. I'm doing
How old
good.
are you? 12?
Let's go.
14.
Oh,
There you go. And you see my guy in the corner. He's so hot. The light emanates around him. You see what he's doing. He's taking over the late night scene. The host of Big Nate Talk Podcast, Nathan Snell.
What's going on? Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah. And probably the guy that's going to give us all emphysema because there's so much smoke in the building.
Woo!
My guy from the state of Illinois, Big Nick.
Hey, baby. Thank you. I appreciate that. Rowdy. You started off.
I got to do you right.
Your name is Nick.
My guy, Nicholas.
Whatever.
I want the smoke. Return.
Thank you very much. Coming you from the
off,
most corrupt
Nick.
state in the 50 states. Thank you. Yes.
Let's go. The host of Nick's Picks. And we will definitely be talking about a little bit of those.
Sure.
Oh, yeah. Here we go. That'd saying good early afternoon time for football. Yes.
Good morning,
Go,
afternoon,
Pat,
everyone.
go.
That's got to be windy, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Let's
Miss
go,
Catherine
Dylan.
Hughes saying, let's go, Dylan.
Oh,
Wow.
there you go.
Wow.
Hey,
Yo, let's get into it.
Some full support, so that's always good.
Oh yeah. Hey, let's get into it. Like I alluded to earlier, it was Thanksgiving this past week. Hopefully, you were able to be with your family. Unfortunately, I still have tested positive for COVID, so I was not able to see my family. But I definitely had a bunch of people kind of drop food off to us. So many people reached out to us and hit us up. So everything is A-okay. We're gonna work through it. I'm good with
Glad
that.
to hear that.
But I do want to come to you, Nick, first, man. Thanksgiving, man. How was your day?
No, I'm very blessed and lucky that my family all lives pretty much here in Chicago and around the surrounding suburbs. So, we were at my sister's house. It was a great time. A couple of my aunts and uncles came. My mom, my dad, my stepmother were all together. So, great family day. We got the newest addition to my family is little baby Summer. She's 4 months old today, so shout out to my little niece Summer Patrick. It was just a great time. I had a great Thanksgiving. Very, very blessed man. Very lucky. Thank you. And I hope you guys had the same experience. Mine was great.
I can dig it. Nathan Snell, man. How was your Thanksgiving, man?
My Thanksgiving was nice. It was good. Just sat back, relaxed. Got to enjoy football. We just kind of went by fast. So,
yeah.
Other than that, it was good to kind of relax, put your feet up, take some time to reflect, and had a good time.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Hey, and my man Dylan, you were telling me before we got on, you went to Pennsylvania to see family.
My grandparents live in Pennsylvania, so I go up every year to Pennsylvania for Thanksgiving.
Nice.
That sounds nice.
I can dig
That's
it.
beautiful country up there. I've been through the top of Pennsylvania. That's really nice.
Yeah.
It's
it really
country.
is.
As long as you
Amish
don't go like near
country up there.
Philadelphia.
Well, that's lower east.
Well,
Right, that's lower northeast.
Yeah.
You're good.
Yeah, gotta go up. Gotta go up. Hey. So another thing that was great about Thanksgiving was, as we know, they have the football games, the Thanksgiving Day games, and look, contrary to popular belief, I'm not just going to talk about how the Cowboys gave up a victory. They look crappy. They lost again. Let's get it. I'm not going to talk about that. Let's go. But I will talk about the games that did happen, and I'm starting with you, Nick. Nick, your Bears. After all the turmoil and all the controversy, they edge out the Lions at the last second. How do you even feel about this game, man? Like,
I feel crappy. Why do you really? It took a last second field goal to beat the Lions. Seriously, like this. Again, we all know the story. And the story came out this week that Nagy was going to be fired after this game. That was a report. It didn't come true. The Bears finally denied it after 2 days of letting it sit there and not saying anything, which leads me to believe that maybe they actually did say it or did think about it and then got cold feet and didn't pull the trigger because, again, that's what the Bears do. They blah, 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 greatest franchise, one of the oldest, blah, blah, blah. Then when it comes time to really make the decision, they don't do it. And again, I know lately they've done differently where people have gone, oh, that was a good move. We moved up, blah, blah, blah. We were fired a coach in the middle of the season. But if there was ever a guy who deserved to be fired in the middle of the season, it's Matt Nagy. And even in this game, he showed again why this guy gets outcoached by other people. And it's so glaring, it's so noticeable, and yet still this guy patrols the sideline every week. Yes, congratulations. Bears get a victory. We're 4-7, nowhere near a playoff spot, which, again, I'm happy with. I'm fine with that. I just wanted Justin Fields to develop this year and see what the kid can do. And instead, he gets hurt. Now we're back to Mr. Red Rifle, Mr. Andy Dalton. And, again, he almost gave up the game. So, again, and this is a 10-year veteran of the league. You can't beat the Lions? Come on, bro. Like, I get it. We got the last drive. We got the field goal. Carlos Santos is a hero. Phenomenal. So we're 4-7, going nowhere. And, we'll see what happens next week when we get stomped by wait, who do we even have next week? I don't even remember. But, again, our last remaining games are like our last important games we're going to get stomped because it's like Vikings twice, Packers. We might beat the Giants. And then there was another team in there that we have to play. And it just –
you have Arizona next week.
Thank you. So we're going to get stopped in our last 5 out of 6 games anyways. Right. So, again, we're not going anywhere, and that was, again, fine by me as long as Justin Fields developed. But here we go. We'll see when he comes back what they do with him. And, at the end of the season, if Matt Nagy's not fired, then I may have to go stomp Hallis Hall, and you may see me on the news for getting arrested. So
we shall see. Look, a W is a W at the end of the day. I'm sorry I have to put this up. Wendy's saying the Packers are still the number 1 seed in the North Division.
They're not playing like it.
Thank you for joining us, Wendy. We will definitely
Wendy, as much as we appreciate you watching and listening to our program, don't come on here with your Captain Obvious stuff about the Packers are the best team in the NFC North, but everybody knows this.
Hey, we already know. Look, we got to move on, and I'm going to talk. I'm going to send this one to my guy Nathan Snell on his favorite fans who took an L this week. The Dallas Cowboys. Ooh.
How about them Cowboys?
Just makes me want to shout. Good God. The Cowboys took an L, and I got to shout out my partner. My partner in crime is Janae Struther, who was there at AT&T, Mr. Jerry's World. She was there.
Crushing.
And she saw it in person. I feel for you. We will talk tomorrow. Nathan, how you feel about this game, man?
How do?
You still them boys, Ash? You still them boys?
How about them Cowboys?
Listen, how about them Cowboys?
Like, with all due respect, listen, the Cowboys, they should have won that game. You know what? I think on the defensive side, when you have 14 penalties and Anthony Brown have 4 calls on him, some of them are questionable. Dallas's offense, they look stale. I saw the same thing against Kansas City. They're just starting to turn into a one-dimensional offense. Why we're not getting Ezekiel Elliott involved? Why are we not mixing up the playbook? And we can sit there and blame the referees, but at the end of the day, you got to look at those guys in the mirror. Greg Zuerlein, aka Legatron, is a reliable kicker. I mean, he wasn't the problem. I mean, look at those penalties on defense. Look at those. Yeah, I mean, Amari Cooper is out with COVID. CeeDee Lamb's out with a head injury. But I look at it, next man up. He still had Michael Gallup, Dalton Schultz, Cedric Wilson. Those brothers, they should have beaten this Raider team. That's the Raiders. I got to give them some props. You know what they've been going through with Gruden and Ruggs and the quarterback that was making death threats with a gun on social media.
Oh, Damon Harnett.
Thank you.
God.
They've been persevering quite along, and Derek Carr, he's in my MVP as a candidate.
Ooh.
So he's
okay. That is interesting. Nick, real quick, I got Thabby asked you a question. Do you think the Bears saved Nagy's job? He said it meant a lot to him.
No, I don't. I mean, I personally don't think so, Thabby. I think he's still gone. I don't think there's any way you can justify. I don't care who they beat. Even if they beat the Packers, or were to beat the Packers again and Minnesota twice this year, he should still be fired. Like, I don't care what the situation is. He's had his time to prove what he can do, and he's proven that. He's been out-coached numerous times. His team is not prepared to play every week, which that's a sign of to be a bad coach. And since Nate has his hand up, I will let him speak. Go ahead, Nate.
So are you saying Dan Campbell out-coached Matt Nagy on Thanksgiving Day?
Not necessarily out-coached, but it's just your team needs to be prepared. I'm saying at times this year, he's been severely out-coached. Go back and watch tape on any of those games. And I'm just saying, I mean, Dan Campbell is a first-year coach, and he's trying to find his way, and he's one of those guys, rah, fire you up, blah, 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 give you a speech. That's right. Dan Campbell's trying to find his footing as a coach. Matt Nagy's had 4 years to find his footing.
Campbell has the culture. Campbell is bringing the culture there.
Yeah.
But you can bring the culture there all you can bring the culture there all you want to, but if you don't have the talent or the things that go around you, and obviously Jared Goff's good, and Hawkinson and Swift, but who else? You know what I mean? Your best corner is out for the year. You've got things. Hey, Aaron Glenn, great coach. Yes, but you still have a bad team. They still need to work at it. And look, that's where we're gonna go with that.
Rosemary beads.
Look, we're not gonna spend any time on the Detroit Lions because my baby's already upset about it. I'm trying hard not to.
Right.
But look, shout out to Dylan's brother, Colin. He said the Raiders 2020 draft class is looking like the most laughable.
Yeah, I pulled it up. They have one starter. So this is just last year. So they should their top 3 picks all gone. One of them didn't even play a snap for them. They traded him before the season started. Yeah. Then you have Brian Edwards, who is good, but he's not used at all. Tanner Muse, who's cut. John Simpson, who starts but is not very good, and then Meek Robertson, who's on the practice squad.
That says a lot about their scouting and department, who they're picking.
Yeah. Well, some of it, like Henry Ruggs, looked so good until, but
Mike Mayock's gone after this year as GM.
But David Arnett was already a stretch. Like, you're right. He's going to be top 2 rounds, and he took him first round when he was supposed to be third round.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Look, so hey, at the end of the day, these the Raiders, man, we already know the issues in the front office. We already know all the stuff.
I'm just saying,
we already know all the stuff that's going on with them. So for them to pull out some of these victories is a positive thing. It's good. They have Crosby on the defense. They have Nassib. We talked about some of those guys. And they can get the job done. Waller's coming back. Carr, you talked about it as an MVP candidate.
I think he's shown that.
Still very top 5 in passing in the league. You know what I mean? So they have a good team to get it done. So this is not 100% out of the norm, them getting this W. And we've seen, like you said, Nathan, we've seen what Cowboys does. Cowboys, look. They in the games where they're supposed to beat, when they beat the Falcons, they dominate that game because the Falcons are a dumpster fire. But let's be honest, they're 1-3 in the last 4 games, and they have not looked good on offense. And
I think that says a lot more with Kellen Moore, but they gotta figure it out. But with all due respect, it's just my personal opinion. The Cowboys, they're going to make the playoffs, but they've shown me that they're not a Super Bowl contender.
Yeah. Do you think this team? Do you think the interim coach, Tabby saying, do you think the interim coach of the Raiders is to be a candidate for the permanent head coach job?
What?
No.
He's gonna be a candidate. I don't think he's gonna get it though.
He'd be considered, but no.
Yeah.
They're gonna. Mark Davis is gonna. He's gonna clean house. Mike Mayock's gonna be fired after this shit. It's gonna be gonna be a fire sale.
And also, with the Raiders, they have the number 1 receivers, Deshaun Jackson. You can't have Anthony Brown had 4 pass interference penalties on awful receivers. You can't be getting cooked.
That can't happen.
Pass interference.
Right. And after
I think
a while,
they also get it together.
Well, yeah, I definitely think they will. Look, after a while, there was a certain point in the game after like the second pass interference call, they just knew all we had to do is chuck it up.
Yeah,
just chuck it up, and he's going to get the call. You know what I mean? And after a while, it was just kind of like
I thought they would have given him some help on the top.
Well,
right. Like, okay, hey, the safety needs to help him, but they
left him on the island.
The Cowboys safeties aren't very good either. Like, was it
J-Ron
Curtis?
Look, their secondary is like we all know about Diggs. Diggs had all the interceptions, everything is great. But Diggs has also been very susceptible to getting burnt.
Yeah, he tries to play hero ball too much and go for the pick.
And you saw it in the game. You saw it in the game. There was one of the passes where he tried to jump the route and ended up getting caught for a first down. And it's like he does that a lot. You know what I mean? Hey, look, shout out to him. He's still balling out.
Yeah.
Shout out to his son who took over the Thanksgiving Airways, thanking all the quarterbacks that threw it to my daddy and all that. Hey, you know, hey, shout out to you. It is what it is. But look, we got to move on to the only game that was not entertaining unless you're a part of the Bills Mafia. Dylan, I'm coming to you. Buffalo crushes the Saints, 31-6.
Yeah.
What you got for me, man?
So, well, the Bills, Josh Allen didn't look like he had a decent game, but he had like one awful interception, another interception that wasn't really his fault. But he also had like good game besides that. Went like I think 23 of 28, so only 5 incompletions. Matt Breida looked like he was back in Niners form, which is weird because I don't know why he's getting playing time. Yeah, but
some people think he's going to be the leading rusher by the end of the season. But Dylan, that begs the question: what happened to Moss and Singletary?
What? I mean, Zach Moss was a healthy scratch, so I think they just went, "We don't want you," because he was a healthy scratch in week 1 as well. I think Zach Moss might be like cut after this season because they're looking like they want to go away from him. And also, I think isn't Singletary a free agent this season as well? So
yes, he is. According to Spot Track.
Yeah, so
they started off the season. They were supposed to be the 2-headed monster in Buffalo.
Yeah.
Wow.
Buffalo hasn't had like a really good running back since like Fred Jackson.
No.
I mean, I guess LaShawn McCoy was good. No, LaShawn McCoy.
Shady was solid. Shady was solid. And they had Marshawn. Remember they had Marshawn?
Yeah, they had Marshawn for
that's right. That's right.
Buffalo has struggled all year to find, Buffalo was supposed to come in and beat everybody up, though. You know what I mean? Like, as we get preseason, everybody, Buffalo has struggled mightily all year. And
I got to say, honestly, and I don't think this is a stretch to say this, I think they've been one of the biggest disappointments this year.
Yeah.
I mean,
hands down,
are you kidding?
To
be around 500 when you should probably be 4 or 5 games above easily. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
it started opening week when they got beat by the Steelers, and you were just kind of sitting there like, wait a minute, what?
I think it's
eyes.
Yeah, I think they're putting too much pressure on Josh Allen because they have no run game. Their defense has only been good. Like, it's only good when they play like awful offenses. So it's not really. It's a very overrated defense, in my opinion. I mean, they gave me a lot of points on fantasy though. So
if I'm not mistaken, Tre'Davious
White towards ACL. Yeah,
he's out for the season.
And he's by far one of their best players on D. So that stinks. That stinks. But look, Dylan, I do have to ask you this because on the other side of this, because we know how poorly they kind of have been playing in Buffalo.
Yeah.
What the heck is going on with the Saints?
See, I don't know what happened to the Saints defense, but their offense has some excuse because they were missing Deontay Harris. Or no, Deontay Harris played. He didn't get suspended, so. They're missing Kamara and Mark Ingram, though. Michael Thomas is done for the year. He didn't play a game. Their number 1 receiver now is Traquan Smith, which isn't very good. Yeah, they're missing both their tackles. They're missing Teron Armstead and Ryan Ramczyk.
Jeez.
So.
And they're missing Jameis Winston, too.
Yeah, and Winston.
Yeah. And look, at the end of the day, we cannot overlook the fact that We love that Trevor Siemian came in and he saved the
Yeah.
day for Jameis after he got hurt. But Trevor Siemian's 0-4 as a starter. You know what I mean?
He's just no. Wait, is he
That's-
0-4? I thought they won a
Yeah.
game.
No,
Well,
they
Taysom
won the
Hill
first
got-
game. They won the first game
Yeah,
that he was in, but he didn't start that game. That was when he got in
Right.
for every game he started has been rough.
Wow.
I don't think the Saints have an identity.
Yeah.
Like all of Sean Payton's teams that he's coached, they always have an identity.
Yeah.
And, without this is their first really year, like a transitional phase without their face of their franchise and Drew Brees. I mean, Michael Thomas, I'm still mind boggled with his decision making to wait until damn near the start of football to get surgery on his ankle when he had all the offseason. But let me get off the soap opera with that.
I think that's something else that we're gonna find out later on that's going on between him and the Saints and whatever. Because that is, like you said, that's just ridiculous to do that so late in the season. I mean, you have an opportunity to be with a quarterback and a team. That team was, all intents and purposes, we saw what they did in the first week of the season.
Yeah.
So that team has promise. The defense is solid. If you have Kamara now Ingram back, you know what I mean? But there's something else going on out there. Sid was asking, is Michael Thomas the next drama queen wide receiver?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, he's already proved
Yes.
I think we should say that.
Never mind.
Definitely shows it.
I saw the sign. It
Right.
opened up my eyes. I saw the sign.
Well,
Let's go.
also,
Yeah.
Taysom Hill's been hurt like the whole season. He had a bad concussion against Washington, and then he had a foot injury, which is why he didn't play at all.
And he's the emergency backup too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Taysom Hill is also missing on their team.
So hey, ladies and gentlemen, we can dive into that and we can stay there for a while because that team and we all thought, especially coming out of week one, that team was definitely going to be somebody to be somebody to go against. That was a solid squad, and you know what they did to my boys. I was there, 33-22. That was when they had Jameis, but he is no longer there. So we need to move on to the 1:00 games, ladies and gentlemen. It's just over half an hour away, and I'm going to go around the board really quick. And this game it's weird to me. The Panthers and the Dolphins. Nick, what do you think about this one? Which way are you going on this?
I think you got a battle of two teams that are trying to figure out where the rest of their season's going to go. Mm-hmm. The Dolphins are trying to be on the come up, on the comeback. The Panthers are sitting right in the middle where they've been all year, even though you thought they might be better this year. But with Cam, you never know. Cam is always one of those guys. Yes, we know Thelby fins up Dolphins, no problem. But, I honestly think Cam is the difference in this game, and I actually think the Panthers pull one out here against Tua and the Dolphins. That's just how I see it, and I just think, again, Cam can do it with his feet if he needs to. He can throw, again, he's not always the most accurate guy, but, again, unless I still say the Panthers win this game, but I still want to see the maturation of the Tua Jalen Waddle pairing and hope that those two can just continue to light it up because those two are phenomenal to watch. When they're on, they're on. Like it just, So, but I still think the Panthers can pull this one out.
Yeah, I think that defense is going to be something that we need to watch for, the Miami defense, because they've shown signs that they can play.
Flashes, right? Flashes.
I mean, the past 3 games they held the Texans to 9, held the Ravens to 10, and the Jets to 17. So they're finally starting to find their footing after not great first half of the season.
Right.
There's another team we can say that's disappointing as well.
Yeah, Dolphins are going to be fighting for the division, and they're under 500.
Right, and I think
I still think the Dolphins could sneak in though because they have an easy schedule coming up. They have Panthers today, which is the winnable game. Then the Giants, then the Jets, then the Saints, and then they finally have 2 hard games against the Titans and Patriots to end.
During the season,
I mean, it could.
They got a shot again if they put it together, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll definitely see. Nathan, I'm coming to you next. Actually, you know what? No, I'm not going to go to you, Nathan, because I'm gonna come back to you, and this is just because of his family. Dylan, I'm going to come to you with this one: the Steelers and the Bengals. What you got on this one? I know how your family feels. What do you think?
So the Steelers,
Okay.
past 2 games, they've been slightly banged up. Like nowhere near as bad as like the Titans or the Saints or the Packers, but they had like T.J. Watt out. Joe Hayden, I think, has a groin injury because that's what the Steelers do this year, just injure their groins.
Oh.
Alrighty then. Well, there it is.
Okay.
So,
You behave.
Ben
Taking
Roethlisberger.
groin shots. Come on.
I mean, you should look at it's like I think 50% of their starters have had a groin injury at one point this season. It's insane. Like it's the most ever I've ever seen.
Maybe Akeem Hicks should play for the Steelers then. He's always got a groin injury.
But
Okay.
Ben Roethlisberger, they had a good game against the Chargers. I don't know what happens to the Chargers defense. Like they just did not look good. Yeah. So
back, Highsmith and Watt missed the first meeting.
well, Watt got
Mine's
hurt
getting better.
during the game.
Right.
He missed like the first half, or he played the first half.
This is a big game. This is a big game, Amy, especially for divisional purposes. And I understand, Nathan, you are Ravens, so I will let you say a little bit about this. But I mean, look, the Steelers are 5-4-1 because they tied with the Lions. I will always mention that. And the Bengals are 6-4 in a very, very tight division. This game, for all intents and purposes, Nathan, I'm coming to you. This game, for all intents and purposes, has so many repercussions in that division. What do you think is gonna happen?
I'm not going to sleep on the Steelers. I again, like Mike Tomlin, for some reason, all his teams they still with minus when guys go down, they still give maximum effort. You know, I understand they've been banged up with injuries, but I'm just not sleeping on the Steelers. But I'm not going to sleep on the Bengals neither. They beat the Raiders last week, but I think Pittsburgh will sneak with a W.
I can think
Wellington, I think they're going to do it.
The Steelers with a W.
see that.
I think
going with the
Jamar
family?
Chase
What
is
are you
gonna
going
have I think Jamar Chase is gonna have another 200-yard game though. I think that's my bold prediction. Is because
Ooh.
Joe Hayden's out.
That's my
Terrell
eye.
Edmonds cannot guard.
Burrow, Mark Chase, take it, baby.
Burrow to Mark Chase, LSU connection. I can see it
Minka
happening.
missed like 2 days of practice this week, so he's not like 100% back and ready. He had Friday, but that's about it. So I think Jamar Chase is gonna go off. But I still think the Steelers pull it off.
I can dig it. And shout out to my guy Sydney. He said Mason Rudolph tied the Lions. Don't say the Steelers tied.
No,
Hey,
the Steelers.
it was the Steelers.
Yeah. Jordan.
I'm sorry.
Your
Wow.
guy fumbled the ball in overtime. It hurts my
Primary
heart.
fumble. The defense
Yeah,
let up a huge, like some
exactly.
wide open touchdowns.
Yeah, it was the Steelers. Yo, we got to move on. Nathan, I'm going to come to you to one of my impact games this week. The Buccaneers versus a surging Colts team. What do you think is going to happen, man?
Well, I gotta pick my face up off the floor because I sat there with the Colts. And they were like, "Damn, Carson Wentz is like, bro, like, come on, man." I gotta give them. They've actually been playing a lot better the last few weeks. Mr. Dimple Chin himself, Tom Brady, and the Buccaneers look like they're kind of starting to pick it back up. I think it's with Tampa Bay. Like, it's just
they're not picking anything back up.
They
You know, Nathan.
Oh, man. Oh, wow.
They're throwing things, Nathan. They're not picking it up. They're throwing it. All right.
He'll never let it go.
They're tossing their chances away.
Let it go, Sean. But no, I think Carson Wentz in the Indianapolis Colts. You'd be surprised. I think they're going to upset Mr. Dimple Chin in the Buccaneers.
Ooh, I like that.
Because Jonathan Taylor, I got to put him on the MVP list too.
What was the thing? No, I agreed. I'll agree with that. But you guys know there is one team that Tom Brady hates more than any other, and that is the team he battled for years in the AFC, and that is the Indians.
Cole, yeah.
It was always Peyton Manning at that point. And I'm telling you something. If you look at the record, he gets up for these Colts games, regardless of who's on the other side. And I'm telling you something. Like you
Sometimes
said,
just deflate the balls,
I think they're hitting that playoff stretch. Let's say that again, Dylan.
I said sometimes they have to deflate the balls to show up against the Colts.
Oh, he said sometimes they deflate the balls.
Sure. That made
Brady hate.
I'm just telling you that you can do whatever you want, But and as much as I'm not a personal fan of the guy either. You can't take away when Tom Brady's in competitive mode and he's coming for you. He's proven he's beaten every team in the NFL. He's proven that. Like there's nothing else to say about the man. And I'm just saying the Colts are one team he always gets up for. And I don't see that being any different this week, to be honest with you. Especially knowing that people were saying maybe the Buccaneers are faded a little bit. Are they going to get back track? Well, let me tell you something. This is the point for him to prove that they haven't gone anywhere.
Honestly,
don't be surprised by the outcome. The Buccaneers beat them.
The one thing I think, coming from Washington beating the Buccaneers, the one thing that I know worked against Tom Brady is keeping him off the field. And the one thing that the Colts are dominating at right now is the running game with Jonathan Taylor. If they can keep Tom Brady off the field, they can take over that time of possession. The Colts are surging. That defense is playing nice. I want the Colts. I see Colts. I go Colts right now. I want them to do it. Tampa Bay, they're gonna start turning on that fire. They're gonna start getting it going. But I think if you can take him off the field, yes, I will put comments that help my cause.
Oh wow!
Yo, I love it. Yo, Brady beat them on the sidelines if the Colts hold the ball. Right? Yeah, Dylan, what's up?
The Buccaneers, they're gonna be missed. I mean, Antonio Brown's out again. He hasn't played. When was the last time he played?
Did he fake an injury or did he fake a COVID card?
No big deal.
Probably both.
No big deal.
And they're also missing probably their top two O-linemen. Ali Marpet is out as well.
Oh, wow.
Putting pressure on Brady is another way that you can beat Brady because he doesn't have the mobility. He'll fall instead of getting hit.
Just sneeze on him. He'll
He'll just drop. He'll just drop right there. Very true.
I think, especially with Jonathan Taylor having the big game against the Bills, but also the Buccaneers have like a top run defense, and Vita Vea is back. He wasn't there for the football team game, and Devin White's back as well. So I think
that's what's going to be the difference. That guy plugs up the middle like nobody's business.
He weighs like 370.
Y'all getting some guys back though for sure.
Very true.
They know because they know that's how their offense runs. It runs through Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah,
exactly.
Making Carson Wentz have to play hero ball is just not going to work, as we saw against the Titans game. We try to throw left-handed.
The Bills had the number one rush.
Well, look at who the Bills have played though. They played like the Jets and the Dolphins. They don't have running backs.
Right. But look, I got to shout out. I got to shout out my girl real quick. I got to shout out Katie Alverson saying, "Go Buccaneers." You know she's Tom Brady's biggest fan. Katie, I know you are happy. The Michigan Wolverines
I watched that.
beat Ohio State yesterday. I know you love it. Let's go blue.
Finally,
look, Nathan, don't even do that. You guys barely made bowl contention, Nathan. Don't even start. Let's go, yo. So hey, shout out, appreciate you watching. Sid said the Bills had number one rush defense, but like you said, Dylan, who are they playing? She said, "I'm beaming from ear to ear." Hey,
in the snow,
baby. In the snow, it was beautiful.
Yeah, in Maryland, huh?
It was beautiful. Let's go. Hey, right. Yo, let's move on. Nick, I'm coming to you on one of the more intriguing games of the weekend: the Titans versus the Patriots. What you think about this one, Nick?
I think he's frozen.
Uh-oh. Wait a minute.
Well, let me tell you what I think about this one, sir.
Okay, there you go.
I heard you. It took me a minute to catch up, but I heard you. That's why I said, you want me to give you my opinion? No. The Patriots, as you know, I've kind of jumped on the Mac Jones bandwagon the last few weeks because I thought the kid has been doing well and he's improved. And again, he's in the right system. Belichick has him playing well. Again, he doesn't have big name weapons. He's playing guys who are 2 and 3 years in the league, cast offs from other teams. They picked up the 2 big tight ends to help. But the kid is playing well. And I'm telling you, the Titans, you half your offense is, your offense is gone. Your big receivers are all gone. You even released Adrian Peterson. So, what's going on over there, my friend? I don't know if that McNichol kid is still healthy or is he still out or whatever. I have no what's going on. So for me, this comes down to, can the Titans defense stop Mac Jones and his offense? Sure, anything is possible. I don't see it this week, though. Like I said, I think Patriots have found their groove. 7-4, first place AFC East, and they're going to want to hold on to that. And like I said, I just feel like this is one of those games where the Titans can be taken. And I think they will by Mac Jones and the Patriots. As much as it pains me because I'm not a big New England fan.
It's true.
Say that, Dylan was saying.
Yeah, the way the Patriots lose, though, is when they have aggressive corners, like Saints with Lattimore, Dolphins with Xavier Howard and Byron Jones, the Cowboys with Diggs. That's the way you beat the Patriots, is to have aggressive corners to make Mac Jones make mistakes. The Titans do not have that. They are missing most of their corners. They're all on IR because it's the Titans, and they're all hurt.
It's a thing.
It's a
It's a game for Mac Jones to showcase himself.
That role, though.
And look, I
like the Patriots. I like the Patriots in this one.
I also like the Patriots in this one.
Yeah, and like we talked about in the Colts game, and having the running game be very, very beneficial to you. The Patriots have a three-headed monster with Ramondre Stevenson, Damian Harris, they got James White back there.
Oh, no, James White's hurt. It's Brandon Bolden now.
Brandon Bolden, right? So they have these three guys in the backfield. Yeah, and all three of them are getting touches. Moving up and down the field, and it really is taking pressure off of Mac Jones. Hey, Mac Jones is getting it done, and that defense is getting it done. And like we've said, the Titans, half their team is hurt. You know what I mean? And we've seen what happens when Tannehill has nobody to throw to. He throws to the other team. Did it 4 times last week. You know what I mean? Yeah. So,
there we go. Figures I got to throw it to somebody. Why not?
Right.
It's not good for the Titans when their number one weapon is Nick Westbrook-Ikhine. That's like number one offensive weapon because their starting running back is who is their starting? Because it's going to be was it Deontay Foreman, the former Texan? Is he the number one back now?
Oh.
So and then they signed Golden Tate. We talked about that earlier. They signed Golden Tate.
Golden Tate.
I hate Golden Tate, but you know.
Wow.
I mean, he caught the Hail Mary.
Oh, of course. Oh, yeah.
And then he signed with the
But that wasn't him. That was the refs. The refs were the ones who said, intercepted, touchdown. And we saw what happened to those refs. Look, we got to move on, and this is something that directly affects me. Nathan, you can help me with this. The Eagles are playing the Giants in
the
divisional games.
Eagles. Guaranteed.
Wow. Saying the Eagles
are going to get Here we go.
Look, I need the Giants to win this one, okay? Because we have the tiebreaker over the Giants. We haven't played the Eagles yet. I need the Eagles to fall.
That's right, because we're going to be Seattle tomorrow night, man.
Oh, very true. Oh, very true. Oh, I already know that. Russ ain't nowhere near where he's going, but we're going to talk about that one a little bit later. But this game, this is the one that I really need. Look, I'm going to tell you, and the reason why I need the Eagles to fall, because I'm scared of them, okay? If you look at that last game that we played last year, the only thing that stopped a charging Washington team was Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts had 2 rushing touchdowns. Jalen Hurts is taking over that team. Devontae Smith is taking – look, I know there are injuries on defense. I know they can be beaten. Dallas beat them by what, 20? You know what I mean? With like 41-20 or something like 22 or something like that. Yeah. Like I'm telling you, the Eagles, though, are playing good in these divisional games, and with a mobile quarterback, we know we got both of our ends out right now. With the mobile quarterback, we've been proven to have trouble. So the Eagles are going. I think they're going to win this game all intents and purposes, and that's the only reason I'm saying that is because the Giants. They suck. They suck. Like Saquon's back, it doesn't matter. Daniel Jones has gone back to being Santa Claus and giving the ball and giving gifts to everybody. Between interceptions and fumbles, they don't have it going on.
He ain't got no one to throw it to because the brothers can't stay healthy.
Yeah, I was gonna say because Sterling Shepard, Kyle Rudolph, and Kadarius Toney are all out this game.
Oh, they're all out. Oh, well then they're definitely out.
And then Evan Ingram has butterfingers.
Yeah, and Andrew Thomas has more receiving touchdowns than Kenny Golladay.
Wow. And then New York Football Giants.
Yeah,
now listen, I'm picking the Eagles, but I still need the Giants to win. I need the Giants to get this W because I don't like the surging Eagles. I cannot have that. Because I still believe. Let's get it. Let's get it.
I'm
Yo.
not only picking the
I
Eagles to
cannot
win.
have
I'm picking the
anything.
Eagles to win the division now. They have like what's it, 5 pretty easy games coming up.
What?
No, yeah,
Uh-oh.
they have the Giants twice, the Jets, the Washington football team twice, and then the Cowboys game.
Washington's not gonna let them beat us. We're not gonna
No,
let.
it's
we're
not gonna
let them beat us
happen.
twice.
It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen.
Uh,
It's not gonna happen.
The
Washington-
Eagles, they just killed the Saints defense. And the Saints are actually healthy. Jalen Hurts is starting to actually find his rhythm. He's
Did
probably
you
one
see
of the most.
Dallas against the Eagles? Did you see
Yeah.
Dallas against
Yeah.
Kansas City and Oakland?
Yeah, can we talk about that Dallas offense that can't even score a touchdown?
I'm sorry, Ash.
Like-
I love you.
Against a
Come on
poor
now.
Chiefs defense?
But Dallas against the Eagles was super early on in the season. It was
It's-
with
exactly.
Very
They're
true.
they're starting their
Very.
footing. They killed the Lions. They nearly beat the Chargers.
you
It was
know
a
the
super close
kill.
game.
They killed the Lions more like slaughter.
You're trying.
And then they killed the Broncos, and then they've dropped
Right now.
44, 24, 30, and 40 in their last 4 games.
Is Miles Sanders playing? Like they need to give Miles Sanders some opportunities in this as well. They don't.
No, the Eagles don't know what a handoff is.
No.
They haven't learned that skill yet.
Well, I mean, when their quarterback is the leading rusher, you know what I mean? quarterback is
Jalen
a
Hurts
guy.
has how many rushing touchdowns has Jalen Hurts had this season?
He probably has like 20.
He's been balling out.
You might break Cam Newton's record for rushing touchdowns by a quarterback.
Is he that close? I'm not sure.
I
he's
think
that
he
close.
might.
I'm
Let's
learning
see.
this.
He's at like 10, I think. I think the record's like 14.
Oh, let's not get started on quarterbacks being the leading rusher.
Yeah, let's not do that. Let's not do that. Well, he's got 618 total yards. He's got 8 rushing touchdowns.
8 rushing
That's
touchdowns.
not bad.
8 rushing. Yeah, so he's getting up there. He's definitely getting up there. But look, as said, Eagles got some beef with Miles Sanders. I think they don't give the man the ball for nothing. And for what? He's talented. Let him play. I agree.
I agree.
You know,
I don't know what it is.
I think he's going to get more touches out because Jordan Howard's a healthy scratch this week.
Yeah.
So they have 3 receiving backs. They have
Right.
Boston Scott, Kenneth Gainwell, and Miles Sanders. I don't know what the Eagles are doing with their
I
running.
don't get how none of them can get any looks. I mean, I
I think that's
started
more.
Howard
I
a
think that's
couple
coaching.
times. Well, but also, you know what it is? I think it's the fact that Jalen Hurts does run a lot more. So
Yeah.
a lot of the stuff has to be leaned towards the running offense with him.
But you said the
I-
same thing about Lamar. You always can't rely on him. At some you gotta.
Yeah.
I honestly,
They're treating Jalen Hurts like he's Lamar Jackson.
Right,
Jalen
very
Hurts
true.
is underrated. He's not Lamar Jackson. They need
No.
they need to find a normal run game.
but I think with that, if you lean on it, it works. It gets the job done. So I think sometimes what happens is you lean on that, and then the running back suffer. We look at what happened in Buffalo, and again, Lamar is leaps and bounds better in rushing than Josh Allen. But we look at what happened with Buffalo with him being more mobile than Singletary, Moss. We just talked about that. Both of them are basically out of job. Now Matt Breida is in here, getting the most carries or whatever.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. When you have a running game through your quarterback, when it's working and he's passing at the same time, it kind of cuts off the need for a running back. It
But
cuts
also
off the need.
too, after a while, teams will find ways to contain it. Like for example, Baltimore when we played Indianapolis, they took away the run, and you kind of now have to find what's your plan BC.
Mhm.
So
Very true. Very true. Nick, I'm coming to you next because this game has only betting purposes. Falcons versus the Jaguars.
You gotta hear my answer on this one.
What you got, Nick?
I think he's having some internet troubles.
Right, here we go.
There you
I did take a same game parlay on this
Yeah.
game on with Uncle Nicky today. Here's what I took. Here's my same game parlay for today. An anytime touchdown from Russell Gage.
Ooh, that's
A anytime second half score by Kyle Pitts.
Okay.
And here's Trevor Lawrence passing yards plus 275. Here's why I say this. And here's why I took this. Because all he's going to do is throw the ball.
Yep.
Because more than they don't have a. I mean, Robinson is there. They could have. Maybe they won't throw as much. But the Falcons, they're going to throw. They don't have much of a running game either. I think this ends up being a small shootout between these two bad teams. When you have that, what do you have? Somebody always gives up a big play in games like this. You're probably going to see like a 75, 80-yard touchdown in this game from somebody. It's just the way it's going to be. Blown coverage. Somebody falls down. Somebody slips. This is a game that nobody, like you said, will pay attention to. Nobody cares about. I apologize for my audio going in and out, folks. I'm not sure what's happening. Maybe I'm getting too excited. My microphone's too hot.
The smoke.
It won't let me talk. I don't know what's going on. Maybe people are trying to hack, because I'm so full of smoke. I don't know what's going on. But I
think he's
winner. It's just going to be one of those games where both teams are just in and out. Right. Like it's just both out. So I don't know. I'll tell you what. I'll pick the Jaguars in a shootout. How about that?
Ooh. Wait a minute.
That make me crazy.
Does that make you crazy, Nick? I think it does, man. I think it makes you crazy. That's crazy.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Am I there? Am I not there? Am I having trouble?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Am I toast?
I can hear you.
Did you not hear anything I said?
Yeah, I heard. Yeah.
I think he's behind. He's delayed.
Oh, I see. Let me take him out and bring him back in.
All right, there you go. Hey, how we doing? We good now?
There you go.
I'm good. I can hear you.
Yes, sir.
Did you guys hear everything I said? I don't know if you did.
We heard you take
It was
the
choppy
okay.
for a
It
second.
was choppy, but we got you.
I think the Jaguars can win in a shootout. Like I said, I'm gonna have faith in the I took here that for some way somehow that Trevor Lawrence will have a 275-yard passing day and make me the happiest man on the planet for making this bet. But anywho, I'll take Jaguars in a shootout. Why not?
I can dig it.
I probably care.
Let's
I
have
care
some
about this
fun.
game a lot because I have two players in fantasy. I have Patterson and James Robinson in fantasy.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why I'd
So you
ever
want a
watch.
big game. See, you want the shootout, Dylan.
Yeah,
Right.
I
want the
need
shootout,
James
man.
Robinson to get yards. I need like a huge rushing touchdown, and then I'll be fine. Like a 90-yard rushing touchdown.
No, I want a screen pass where he runs for 75 yards. That's perfect.
That works.
It can happen.
But knowing Urban Meyer is
good
good to Carlos
that
Hyde, he'll get
happens.
two.
It can happen.
Yeah, no
It can
kidding,
happen.
right?
Ash, I know he was having technical difficulties, but he did not say the Cowboys are going to the Super Bowl. That's not what you heard. You didn't hear it. All right.
Who said that?
Yeah, she thought
from me?
that's what she. Yeah, it's like no, he didn't say that at all.
Ash, I love you, but here's what I said, and this is again. We'll just read it just real quick. I said, and I bet David right that if the Cowboys, because I don't think they will get anywhere near the Super Bowl, but if the Cowboys win the Super Bowl, I will steak dinner in Arizona. That was the bet. So everybody knows the bet. That's the bet. Not going to happen. I'll be saving my money, but that's the bet. So
I don't think there's
you
a
go.
chance the Cowboys make it past the divisional round.
I don't think they might even make it to the playoffs, but that's another story.
If their offense keeps looking like this,
You're
that's
talking
a chance.
Right, playoffs. Yo, Dylan, real quick, I'm gonna go to you with Jets Texans. What do you think?
Tyrod Taylor found his footing like last week. He played decently well against the Titans, even though the stats were insane in this game. Like the Titans had 400 more yards than the Texans, and they lost. So, but Tyrod Taylor, he looked fine last week. Had a couple rushing touchdowns. Had one where he dove into the end zone. The Jets. Is Zach Wilson back for the Jets? I think so.
Yes, he is, because Mike White and Flacco are on the COVID list.
Oh.
So they need him.
Yeah. So
Yes,
Zach
correct.
Wilson and is it Josh Johnson is the backup?
Mm-hmm.
So this game.
JJ.
This game's
Josh
gonna
Johnson,
be
yeah.
fire.
Mhm.
This game's gonna be just a dumpster fire. It's gonna probably be somewhat high scoring.
The Tank Bowl.
But with it, Corey Davis is out for the Jets as well, and the Texans are missing Justin Reed. So that's probably like 2 top 3 players in this game that are out because no one has any good players on this team.
No.
Tyrod Taylor doesn't know how to throw to Brandon Cooks. I'm just gonna throw it.
He really does.
They just cut Philip Lindsay. They moved the quarterback. They cut Philip Lindsay.
Yeah.
They moved the quarterback to tight end.
Philip Lindsay's gone.
Oh god.
I don't know what the Texans are just interesting.
They're giving up.
Yeah. And the Jets.
The Jets.
Zach Wilson shouldn't be starting. He needed a year to sit and watch, but they threw him into the fire, and it's gonna burn them. So I'm gonna take the Texans, and I think it's just gonna be an awful, awful game. It's gonna be like 17-10.
Oof. Okay, I can dig it. I can dig it. All right, we're going to go quickly to the 4 o'clock games. We're going to go rapid fire. And I'm going to start with you, Nathan, on a game that might be sneakily one of the better games of the day. 5-5 Minnesota Vikings versus the 5-5 49ers. What do you think, Nathan?
49ers.
Nice. You got a score?
33-30.
Ooh, I can see that actually could definitely happen because the Vikings in 8 of their 10 games has been under, I think, 3 points. They've all had close games. Yep. That's pretty interesting.
That's it. The purple teams, they always come down to the last play. The Vikings and the Ravens.
Yeah, we always have
the last play of the game.
Whenever you have Captain Kirk, you just never.
Kirk Cousins is silently having
always
an
in doubt.
Caliber season.
It's always in doubt. He's out. Oh, he is.
He has 21 touchdowns to 2 picks. Yeah.
Yeah, he's doing great. And I remember, and there's a whole bunch of memes that are like, "Wow, the look you have on your face when you have 21 touchdowns and 2 interceptions."
But nobody cares.
Nobody cares. Nick, I'm coming to you.
What? Their defense hasn't been great either.
Oh yeah. Nick, I'm coming to you next. Chargers, Broncos.
Okay.
Nicky.
I think he's having internet trouble.
Yeah.
Try to take him out. Bring him back in real quick. Nick, you here? Yeah, I think he's having internet troubles. All right, Nick. We'll get you back in here. All right, Dylan, I'm coming to you. Chargers, Broncos. What do you think?
Let's see. Broncos. They had who they put. I think they had a bye last week and awful.
Yes,
loss.
they did.
Yeah, and an awful loss to the Eagles the week before. So, and the Chargers haven't been looking amazing. They just lost a shootout to a bad quarterback in the Steelers' offense because Ben Roethlisberger should not be putting up 40 on any defense. But I think most of these, the AFC West in general, has just not. Chiefs are finally starting to pick up their form, but the other 3 teams are just like disappointing.
Interesting,
to be honest.
Yeah.
The Raiders look good, and then they had off the field issues. The Chargers look good, and then they started sucking. And the Broncos played 3 awful teams, and were never supposed to be good, to be honest. Right. But I think I'll take the Chargers in this game. I think it's gonna be a close game because the Chargers don't know anything else but a close game.
Yeah.
So I'll take the Chargers in like a field goal game, 27-24.
Oh, I like that. Nick, are you back with us?
Yes, you're coming back for. Did I get frozen again?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I'm gonna give you this one: the Rams and the Packers.
Well,
your boy.
Again, I've been a big fan of Justin Herbert, and so I don't think that changes this.
I think he's on a delay.
I'm still a big fan of his.
Chargers, Broncos.
The Broncos, yeah, they're trying to do something with their season, and they've managed to stick around, be 500, and kind of stay in the.
That was me talking, I think, on his mic.
And that's when he came out. Okay, yeah. Thank you, Nick. We'll get you back in here, man. We got technical difficulties. Yo, are you with us, Nick? No. Damn. All right, we'll get you back here. Don't worry about it, buddy.
Yeah.
All right. Nathan, I'll let you go to this one. I'll definitely let you talk about this a little bit too, Dylan. But Packers Rams in a heart-stopping match. This is going to be something big. What do you think, Nathan?
The Rams are coming off a bye week after getting shellacked by the 49ers. They're going to Lambeau Field. Aaron Rodgers showed off his foot on camera, which is unnecessary. I didn't know all that.
Well, yeah, I don't know what he's doing.
What are you doing, man?
I want to say though, Stafford's apparently hurt. He has chronic elbow pain. That's what they're saying.
Yeah, I think it's in his throwing arm.
If it is, yeah, I think because I just saw that with a couple.
I know
hours
exactly,
ago.
Sean. That was my face too.
That sounds like a Detroit Lions injury. I have chronic elbow throwing arm. Man, get out of here, bro. Get out of here.
Well, I mean, there is a question for Dylan.
Dylan, do you think Rodgers, Mr. Discount Double Check, will stay in Green Bay next season?
I think the Packers want him. Rodgers is it's definitely bigger chance than it was at the beginning of the season, but I still think he's gonna leave. To be honest, I'm not gonna have Jordan Love next season, and I think Jordan Love's gonna do better than because he had the one game against the Chiefs where I felt like Devontae Adams didn't even try with him.
No, he didn't.
Devontae's gonna be gone as well this season as well. Because especially if Rodgers is gone, Devontae won't stay because every single good wide receiver is a diva. Is what I'm starting to realize now.
Yes, thank you.
Yes,
thank you, Dylan.
Yes, very, very true.
They're gonna set Jordan Love up to fail. That's sad.
Because
very true.
Antonio Brown was the first. You have like DK Metcalf now. You have Michael Thomas, Devontae Adams. Hopefully, Jamar Chase and Jalen Waddle and Devontae Smith don't become like that.
Yeah,
crossing fingers.
We shall see.
But also, Packers have Elgton Jenkins out for the season, torn ACL.
Yeah.
Bakhtiari still hasn't came back from his torn ACL from last season because he aggravated it.
Arthroscopic surgery. He got it sometime this week.
Jair's still out. Zadarius Smith is still out. Tanya tore his ACL. We're missing both our kick returners, so I wonder if it's going to be Amari Rodgers who's going to muff 4 or 5 probably.
Oh God, Clemson. Sorry.
We need to put Cobb there. We need to get Cobb back there again. We need to stop trying.
Why don't they?
What? Because we want our young players to do stuff and like develop. But Amari Rodgers is not a returner. We need to learn that. We need to not put him back at punt returns.
Yeah. What do you think's going to happen? Who do you think?
I still like the Packers in this game with the Rams like slowing down a lot. I think Cooper Kupp, though, is still going to go off. Odell Beckham is probably going to have a good game. Obviously, Von Miller and Aaron Donald are probably going to start killing us. But even then, like Yosh Nijman, he came in when Elgton got hurt earlier and was just balling out. I don't know how, but, we'll take.
It happens.
So I'm still hopeful that Packers will win. So I'm going to take the Packers in a shootout. 34-30.
Oh, I like that. Oh, I could dig that. I could absolutely dig that. And look, we got to move on. Nicholas, I'm glad you're back. I'm going to come to you a little bit later. But we got to move on to the Sunday night game. Mr. I am on every commercial under the sun versus Mr. COVID.
I can't stay healthy.
Yeah, I can't stay on the field. COVID.
Wait, was it COVID or was it? I thought it was non-COVID illness.
It was non-COVID. It wasn't influenza. I think he just really had a bad cold.
It wasn't influenza. He says.
Wow.
That's what Harbaugh said. They said he was so sick, like he didn't even realize they landed on landing.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Oh, good.
That's how bad he was sick.
Wow.
And they tried to put him. They tried to get him out there against Chicago, but they said he was like no good.
Huntley didn't look awful as well against Chicago.
Didn't he go like 7 for 7?
Nobody looks bad against Chicago. Come on.
Wow.
No, but
what do you think? What do you think about this one, man?
Well,
me. Oh no, it's Jake.
First and foremost, we lost another player. Darius Washington broke his foot. He's out for the year. Calais Campbell's not going to play. Concussion, and there's another article that came out saying he's mulling retirement after this year.
Oh wow,
makes sense. He's like 36 now, so
Something went wrong.
I'm a little trying to figure out what Baltimore's rushing deep. We're number one against the rush, against Cleveland's rushing offense. Kareem Hunt's back, Jack Conklin's back, but the Cleveland Browns, they're not the same team last year. Baker,
Nope.
they say he's going to play with no limitations. I don't think he should be out there personally.
Yeah.
He's battling every injury.
Yeah,
I think
it's
that's going to hurt them down the stretch. Lamar said he's good to go. Marquise Brown's good to go. If he does not have a setback because he's been battling a thigh injury. With all these injuries with Baltimore, I'm really surprised we're 7-3. I really am. But I think the Baltimore Ravens can they by all intent and purpose should win this game because the Browns barely escaped Cleveland. Escaped Cleveland against Detroit. So, and Cleveland's also battling some injuries as well. So, if we can get the run game going, we can contain Myles Garrett because Myles Garrett's on pace to break the sack record.
Yeah.
Because Lamar's been sacked 28 times this year.
Oh wow!
So God bless Alejandro Villanueva. He's gonna have his work cut off for him tonight.
Oh,
Yeah, especially Ronnie Stanley's been out since like week 4. So
He shouldn't have been playing. See, like he shouldn't have been playing anyway from the get go.
yeah.
But Baltimore, I think, will win this game.
I can dig it. And for the very last game, I will start and I'll send it to you, Nick, since we got you back. Monday Night Football, Washington plays Seattle with a not 100% Russ. I don't know. He might be 100% by doctor's standards, but he is not 100% on that field. He does not look good. DK, Nathan, you talked about it all year, how he is definitely underperforming. He still gets numbers, but he's just not. He's not back to. He's not what we all had him at last year.
Well, he's just too busy getting ejected in garbage time.
Well, right, fighting people for no daggone reason, punching.
They try to get the field.
Yeah, this guy,
I know some voice papers now, Russ.
Hey, I'm telling you, and look, and we all know not having Chris Carson, who is a monster in the backfield, definitely is a big issue. They have not been able to fill that void. So I think Washington, we were coming off 2-game winning streak. We need this W. And then after this, we got the Raiders, who are beatable. And then we have Philly. I think Dallas, Philly, New York. All winnable games. So, I mean, honestly, this is where I feel like we can take a run. If we stay healthy, we're starting to get a couple of these guys back. I think today's the day we start that off on Monday against Seattle. Shout out to Ab. We'll be going to that game. But Nick, what do you think about this one, man?
Well, I think you hit it at what your first statement about Russell Wilson in terms of what Russell Wilson are we going to get in this? Because normally you'd say, well, this is a no-brainer. Seattle's got a healthy Russ, a healthy Tyler Lockett, healthy DK Metcalf. Who's going to beat them? Well, they beat themselves. That's the thing. Yeah. Russ did not look great in his comeback, right? He still looked like he was tentative. He was overthrowing. He was underthrowing. Some passes looked like he tried too hard, like he was throwing too hard, that they just sailed. And you're like, okay, that's not the Russ Wilson normally. So I guess I'm kind of hoping that he's worked all that out in that sense and kind of figured out with the fake what he's got, you tape and go, what did I do wrong? What did I do? What can I do? I'm torn because it's not because you're my buddy, but I think Washington has the potential to win this game. Obviously, like they have weapons. They have Barry McLaurin. You got McKissick and you got Gibson back there, and Heineke's been playing well. And I know you're missing Chase Young, but the defense is still playing all right. Like all the elements are there for Washington to win this game. It's just a matter of can they keep and maybe hopefully the refs will help them keep the penalties down, keep Russ off the field. Because that's going to be a key to that too. Is Russ can move with his feet. If he can't throw, he'll run. Mm-hmm. So if you guys can contain Russ, I mean, there's a great possibility Washington wins this game. For my own selfish fantasy purposes, I have Russ Wilson starting as my quarterback this week.
Oh,
but so I love you, man, but I got to go with Seattle.
Wow.
No, wow. But again, Washington is very capable of winning this game. And for your sake, my friend, I hope that they do. But I am going to go with the Seahawks.
And let me real quick shout out my guy, Nicholas Rosario, owner of the Knights Rosario fantasy football team, who currently has a 44 to 15.8 lead over me in fantasy today. Thanksgiving was good to him. but we shall
Yes,
see.
it
The
was.
race is not given to the
Thanksgiving is
swift.
That's right. We got a
Let's
long
go.
battle ahead of us, sir. Yes.
Let's go. What's up, Nathan?
Really
got a
quick,
finger.
two things.
Do not give
I
me
know
the
we talked
combo.
about. I know we talked about Jacksonville. Cordero Patterson will rush over for 200 yards in that game.
Wow.
What?
Wow.
What is in
Rush?
those leaves behind
I
you? Are you
predict that.
smoking that stuff?
That make me crazy.
You knew what he was after.
You gotta,
He wanted
you gotta
a little bit-
stop
a little bit of that
smoking the
Janae in
Chiba
it.
there. That's funny.
Sorry.
I like
200
that. I like
yards.
that. That would be
I will give
hilarious
you-
if he did run
I
for
will give you
200
$50
yards.
if
Right.
he runs for 200.
I hope so. I'm fantasy.
I will
Right.
send you $50. Like,
Dylan will send you a Christmas present if he has 200 plus yards rushing. All the way
Autograph,
from
yeah.
Pennsylvania or wherever. Right. Dylan
Well, I have
will
Cordero
autograph
on my
something for
fantasy,
you, send it
so-
to you,
Oh,
right.
I would. Hey, yeah, well, I understand that. Hey, look, ladies and gentlemen, we are so glad you are here with us today. As you can see, we say things that are kind of off the wall, kind of crazy.
Yeah.
A couple weeks
We're all
ago, I
off the
think
wall.
Dylan said that the
Texans would beat the Rams.
Yeah, we're
That
gonna beat
was-
the Rams.
that was
They
a
got
great one, though.
smoked.
Because that provided us with great laughs all day as that game was unfolding.
Yeah.
right.
That was
It sure
As
did.
the
But
score
can we
kept
talk
going
about,
out.
That week before the show started, I was talking with you, and I was like, I might take the Jets over the Bengals. I was
Oh,
thinking about it like the whole time. I
Right,
go,
you
no, I'm
did.
gonna take the Texans as my upset instead.
Guys,
That's funny.
ladies and gentlemen, look, we believe in stuff that maybe you don't, but hey, you never know. It could happen. It could happen. I
That's
definitely
what makes
believe.
this show fun.
Exactly. Hey. So shout out to my guys who are with me. The newest, youngest, up and coming reporter in the game, Mr. Dylan Walsh. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man, that's the guy Luke Perry played on 90210. Dylan Walsh. I know that guy. There you
Hey.
go. All right, uh-huh.
See our guys on 90210. Let's get it. Let's
That's
go.
right.
The Steelers are about to get scored on. Bengals are already in the red zone.
Yeah, Bengals are in the red zone. They're at the 10. And
Let's
Tampa
go.
Bay is up 3-0 on the Colts early.
Ah,
No, Colts are up.
Oh, the Colts kicked a field goal? I thought the Patriots.
Yeah,
there we go.
something happened.
Oh.
Zach.
My bad.
They had a
There we go.
4-yard punt.
Well, look, hey,
Oh,
guys,
wow.
we are going to let you get to these games. My guy down here, the host of Big Nate Talk Podcast, Mr. Nathan Snell. Appreciate you, man. Hey, and my guy, Nicholas, I want the smoke, Rosario.
Oh,
Yo.
nasty hit on Tua. Nice doing. Oh, they
Ooh,
covered the ball.
ooh, nice. All right, we got to get to these games. Hey, so
Enjoy the
glad you
games,
guys
y'all.
enjoyed this.
Yeah.
Hey, enjoy the game. We will see you next week,
Love
guys.
you guys. See you next week.
Let's get it.
Woo.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
I am Janae Strother.
I'm Sean Spencer.
Back.
We are back.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen.
I gotta go out and hold up.
Come on. The Lions.